The Mail and the Post and this show are like the only places that are reporting honestly about the news that the Daily Mail is breaking on Doug Emhoff. That's not to say I know whether it's true. It's to say I've been reporting on the news they are making, and I am awaiting Doug Emhoff and his actual denial, because all he's put out through a campaign spokesperson so far is a feckless, the report's untrue, and he would never and has never hit a woman, without responding to whether he paid the nanny 80 grand to stop her from talking about their love child, which she miscarried, which she is apparently claiming was at his hand in some way. Do not know what the specifics are there. We'll continue waiting. But in any event, as I've said a million times, if you were accused of having punched or open hand slapped anybody on the street in Cannes, France, and you didn't do it, it would be very simple for you to call the person up and say, please speak with the Daily Mail and anybody else who's asking this question and tell them the truth. And then your person would say, this is a lie. Doug and I broke up, either on good terms or bad, but he did not hit me. That's it. Very simple. Didn't happen for a reason. So now the Daily Mail reporting, Doug Emhoff, quoting, was a foul-mouthed asshole and misogynist who hired a trophy secretary, that's in quotes as though he said it, because she was, quote, pretty and, quote, retaliated against women who did not flirt back at his LA law firm, ex-staff claim. Emhoff was, this is the overall take, inappropriate and misogynistic at work. He yelled expletives, held a men-only cocktail hour in the office. What? I thought he wasn't toxically masculine. He revoked work perks from women who did not flirt with him, that would be illegal, and took only young, attractive associates in a limousine to a ball. Attorneys who worked with Emhoff at his former firm, which is called Venable, which he ran from 2006 to 2017, spoke with the Daily Mail and went on to say one senior former staffer claimed he, quote, bragged about yelling, get the F out of my office to a female partner at the firm, telling his top male colleagues he had, quote, put her in her place. Staffer says, quote, what's worse is he bragged about it to management at Venable and they were aghast. He's an a-hole. He told them how he put her in her place, a misogynist. That's who does that. Another ex-staffer said it was very well known at the firm he was very flirty, and that if you were not flirty back or didn't respond positively, then you were on his shit list. Another woman who worked at the firm for several years said Emhoff ran men-only drink nights at the office. And then a woman who worked under him as a junior lawyer told the Daily Mail he favored, quote, young, pretty girls at the firm. If there was an event like the Justice Ball, he would favor certain people. Usually it was pretty young girls, and he would prefer them to ride with him. He would get a limo. His behavior was not appropriate for the position he was in. There are others, including a lawsuit about other partners at the firm at the time he was running it. We'll do that piece of it tomorrow. So I'll start with you on it, Link. What do you make of the latest on the Daily Mail's deep dives into this guy?
Well, I'm just happy you're covering it. What I've realized over the last year, when you turn on the mainstream media, these are just Democrat operatives posing as pundits, right? They're just trying to help Kamala Harris win. They're sweeping all of these stories under the rug. I'm just going to call it like I see it. Doug Emhoff gives very beta male vibes to me. He seems like a beta male. He seems very insecure. Those types of guys always lash out at their girlfriends. They like to be possessive. You can even go back and look at the footage from the White House Correspondents' Dinner this year. You could see how put out Doug was, that Kamala was getting attention, that she was interacting with other people who were not him. So I'm not shocked to see this. I don't want Chris Brown to be the first gentleman of the United States, right? I've started calling him Doug Chris Brown Emhoff because I think we're going to start seeing more and more of these stories. But yeah, no, I'm not happy about this at all. And Kamala Harris, if she does more interviews with actual substantive journalists, she might have to answer for this. But she's been able to skirt by because The View's not going to ask her. What's Sunny going to say?
Yeah. By the way, Sunny's a former prosecutor. She knows better. She knows that this is a story. Kamala Harris, in her own words, we played the soundbite yesterday when she spoke to that sex podcaster, said domestic violence is a serious issue. And if we ever saw it on the street, we would be sure to take it seriously and to talk about it, and was making the point we should do the same if it happens behind closed doors. This happened on the street. Let's do that. Let's talk about it. Let's actually get a real substantive discussion or the charges put right to his face. In this particular report, Evita, they are saying that neither he nor the campaign got back to the Daily Mail, but just think about the media narrative around this guy and how he's the Mr. Rogers of men, of husbands. Just so, aw shucks, redefining masculinity, a wife guy, super sweet, the kind of guy everybody wants around at a party or to set up with their friends. Guess again.
He doesn't represent changing masculinity, redefining masculinity. All of the male feminists out there, what they really represent is destroying masculinity. And we don't know if these allegations are true. We'll find out, hopefully, in time. What I do know is true is that some of the most dangerous men in the world are those who cannot control their sexual appetites. Doug Emhoff cheated on his wife with his child's nanny. Men who don't take responsibility. Men who support killing the most innocent among us. I think a man supporting abortion is one of the greatest red flags you can ever have in a dude. So it's not just, I don't like Doug Emhoff. I think the allegations around him are really disturbing and troubling, but it's a pattern with the left. Let's talk about Bill Clinton. I mean, this is a guy who's on Jeffrey Epstein's client list. This is a guy who took advantage of his underling, Monica Lewinsky, in a really egregious way. He spoke at the DNC. So there is a pattern.
There's a long list of allegations against him. Wait, I want to get this in before we have to wrap with the SiriusXM audience, Evita. What did you make of Kamala Harris going on the podcast, Call Her Daddy?
I'll just say that was the greatest sign of cultural decay, of moral degeneracy. Kamala Harris represents everything that is really destroying the soul of this nation.
Yes. Honestly, Link, I've got half a minute left. I ended my piece on this yesterday saying, what's happened to us?
Right. Yes. What has happened to us? I think Kamala Harris does not like strong masculine men. She chose Mr. Jazz Hands Tim Walz to be her VP, who's not strong or masculine at all. She's married to Doug Emhoff. So this is a pattern. I don't think Kamala Harris likes strong, independent men whatsoever.
He is Mr. Jazz Hands. That's good. Being able to run your business on your schedule is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. If mailing items like legal documents, checks, or marketing materials takes up a lot of your time, Stamps.com is the time saver you need. Cut down hours spent mailing and shipping with Stamps.com and do it all on your own timeline. From small businesses to multi-location organizations, Stamps.com handles all your mailing and shipping needs wherever, whenever. Take care of mailing and shipping wherever you are, even on the go, with the Stamps.com address. All you need is a computer and a printer. That's all you need. They even send you a free scale. Easily schedule package pickups through your Stamps.com dashboard and automatically see the cheapest and fastest shipping options from different carriers. Get rates you can't find anywhere else, like up to 89% off USPS and UPS. Order supplies and even printers from the supply store when you run low. Sign up at Stamps.com and enter code MK for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. That's Stamps.com, code MK. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.